All right, welcome to CAM drawing number 1, Toolpath. So weeks ago we drew drawing number 1. Now we're going to create a toolpath using MasterCAM. So our procedure is that we're going to open our Toolpath start file in MasterCAM. We're going to merge drawing 1 into that file. We're going to create our stock that's 1 inch larger than our part and 0.0625 inches thick. 0 at the top of stock. We're going to translate our drawing to the center of our stock that we just created. And then we're going to create a contour toolpath using the settings specified on this spreadsheet here. All right, so the first thing we want to do is open up MasterCAM, and we want to open our start file. So you should have downloaded those to your student network folder. So navigate to those. We're going to use the Toolpath mill start file. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge. So do file, merge. I'm going to merge in CAM drawing 1. And what I have here is, so it's going to start giving you these errors because we created these drawings with an earlier version. So it's just going to yell at us a little bit. That's fine. So say OK to the merge. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of my dimensions. I can put them on a different layer, but for this, I'm just going to get rid of them. All right, so now I'm going to create my stock. So if we look at the assignment, the stock wants to be 1 inch larger. This is 5 inches by 3 inches. So I'm going to go into my toolpath, my properties. I'm going to click the little plus arrow, go to my stock setup. I'm going to go to my bounding box. You want the top left, bottom left corner here, top of stock to be selected. X we want to be 6, Y we want to be 4, and our Z is 0.0625. Say OK to that, and then OK again. My stock disappeared when I said OK that second time because it's not being told to display it. So I'm going to come up here and display my stock. I can choose to have it display just a dashed line, or I can have it shaded in. I prefer just having it showing my stock there. Okay, next thing I want to do is I want to center my part in my stock. Okay. This isn't always going to be the way you're doing it. For learning purposes, we're centering it. But in the real world, depending on if you're using a vise or if you're direct clamping this, there's going to be different processes you use. You may need to add more stock, or you may be fine using a smaller piece of stock. So your stock setup isn't always just at 1 inch. You got to base it off of what you're actually trying to do and how you're holding this into the machine. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is center my part in my stock. So I'm going to go to a transform, translate. And I want to move that. Make sure you're moving it, not copying it. So move it a 1/2 inch in my X and a 1/2 inch positive in my Y. Say OK there. Now that we're centered up, I can start my toolpath. So for this toolpath, we're going to be using a contour. A contour simply follows your line with a cutting tool, cuts on the side of the line you tell it to, or centered on the line, and then you enter your depth and your other settings, and it will cut your part based on your specifications. I'm going to select contour. So the first thing it wants to do is select my contour chain. So I am going to select my chain on the top line here to the left. So it's important that we make note of the direction of this arrow. So my arrow is going from left to right. If I was standing at the base of this arrow looking down the arrow, I want my cutting tool to be on the left, on the outside of this. So my compensation direction that I'm going to put in later is left. Okay. If I had selected, I'm going to just restart my contour here. So if I had selected this chain on the other side, and I'm now going right to left, I would want to be on the right side of this arrow to be on the outside. So I'd have to choose a compensation direction of right. Okay. can switch the direction of my arrow by hitting this button here, the reverse button. That's helpful if you have multiple contours and you want to stay on the outside of all of them. So I'm going to have this going here, and I'm going to be on the left side for my compensation direction. Say okay to that. My toolpath parameters come up. The first thing I want to do is make sure my toolpath type is contour. The tool that we're using for this is tool number 3. The reason that we start with our Tormach start file is that we have all of our tools loaded in. And so I can select tool number 3, and I know that that's the actual tool that is in my tool holder for my CNC machine. So selecting tool number 3. We will talk more about speeds and feeds later on. We have some default settings that work pretty well in here, but we'll talk about how to calculate those at a later date. Our cut parameters, we want to make sure that our compensation is set to computer, and my compensation direction is set to left. I could change that to right if I wanted to, but left is the direction that I want. And I'm going to make sure everything else here is zeroed out. Moving down to my depth cuts, I am going to turn depth cuts on. I am going to tell it that I want my maximum rough step to be 0.0825. That is the thickness of my stock, which is 0.0625, plus later on I'm going to talk about breakthrough. And so I'm adding my stock thickness plus my breakthrough, and I want to cut this in one pass, in one machining operation. My step should be 0, my finish step. Moving down to lead in, lead out, I am going to do a 400% lead in. That is going to start me off of my stock and lead in so that I'm not plunging into my material. And I'm going to do an exit of 200% so it clears my material on the way out as well. I'm also going to add a ramp height so that if it were to touch my material, it would ramp into it and not plunge straight in. Breakthrough is turned off. I'm going to turn that on and give this a 20,000.02 breakthrough. That means based on what I tell it in my linking parameters, it's adding 20 thousandths to that. So in my linking parameters, my depth should be my stock, and my breakthrough is the amount that I want to come through the stock. Multi-passes I'm going to leave off. Tabs I'm going to turn on. I want to do manual tabs. I want them to be partial tabs. I want them to be ramped. I want the width on them to be 0.5. And the tab thickness should be half, for this particular one, half of my stock thickness. So right now my stock is 1/16. I can have the computer do the math for me, and then I can do divided by 2. So I get my stock thickness and then half of that. Okay. To position these, I'm going to hit the position button. It's going to pop back to my drawing. I'm going to click, and then I can slide around where I want this tab. I want one roughly centered in the left and one roughly centered on the right. Then I'm going to hit enter on my keyboard, brings that window back open. And finally, I'm going to my linking parameters. All of my planes should be turned on. So my clearance plane should be set to 2 in absolute. My retract plane at 0.25 in absolute. My feed plane should be set to 0.2 in absolute. That's when it starts changing to from its rapid rate to its feed rate. Top of stock should be 0 in absolute, and my depth needs to be a negative number, negative 0.0625, and it should be absolute as well. Say okay to that. All right, so I got an error here because my lead in, lead out was where my tab wanted to be. So if that happens to you, you can fix that. I'm going to go to my geometry. I'm going to rechain all. I'm going to chain it here. Say OK. Say OK. Regenerate. And I should be good to go now. Let's do a verify. So to show the machine simulation on this, I'm going to go to my verified selected operations. I have a check on this operation, so it's my selected operation. I'm going to go to, by right-clicking, I can go to my isometric view. So it shows my tool holder and my tool and my stock and my outline. And I'm going to have this at fairly slow. Hit play. It leads in, cuts through my part, and leads out. Okay, it did not leave tabs, so the error that I got was affecting my tabbing on this. So I'm just going to go back into parameters, look at my tabs. Just replace those again. Said okay. And now, fingers crossed. Okay, so we see it step up around our tabs. So the way I selected my chain, my lead in, lead out was in the way of the tab, so it gave me that error. But we were able to go back in, rechain my object, and then replace my tabs. And this is exactly what we should have left. All right. Thank you for watching.